Everyone we see is a reflection of us. I want to dive into a subject that many see as far-fetched or, one for a better word, out there. And this subject is about conspiracy. But you see, I don't want you to think I'm going into conspiracies or one way or the other, but it is a hot topic. For you see, a conspiracy is just a hypothesis without the scientific title. For you see, a hypothesis is only backed by the science behind it, and it has what is deemed credibility. So why is a conspiracy not in the realms of credibility? Why does people shun it? Why does it have to be one of mystique and mystery or hidden agendas or, people who are way out there, far-fetched, loopy, crazy? We know conspiracies have just been labeled that way so far out of the norm where people can't adopt to it because it's just too far-fetched. If you see, the agenda has created that. They have done their job to make what a true history is, what the true reality is, seem like a conundrum of the mind. A marvel, a magic, a mystery, a movie. Whereas the reality that we live in that's what's real. But I ask you, so sit down for a moment and let it sink in that a conspiracy is nothing more than a hypothesis without the scientific evidence behind it. But you see, some of them have that. So how can you label something a conspiracy when it does have scientific proof, factual evidence behind it? That's the fascinating part. Most scientific hypotheses in the realms of chemistry or biology don't have anything. It is just a theory. It's more of a theatrical playwright of words written in scientific formulation to corrupt the minds of the many. But a conspiracy is interesting. If you sit down and you adopt the idea, you don't have to accept it. But you see, I think more and more people are starting to come awake, adopt the idea of different races, different religions, different histories. One must also be prepared to lose their mind from the same course of reality that they have set foot on for many a millennia, for many a year. For you see, everyone has their own belief. Everyone has their own structure, and it was asked upon me one day whether multiculturalism works. And in my opinion, in my belief, it can, and it does. For you see, multiculturalism cannot work in the minds of the many only because of one thing and one thing alone. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you. It's religion. So what differs me from you? It's not race, it's not color of your skin, it's not culture. It's the faith that you have in a higher power, whether that is corrupt or greed or whatever it may be. That is the only thing that stands between you and I. You can have many different cultures living in one place in harmony, sharing the beautiful gifts upon the world that each one has. But only when a nasty religion gets in the way, that forces one person to believe in something over the other, that there is only one true God. That is why it doesn't work. That is the main emphasis. Throw in warfare and religion and hate based upon the media. But you see, now you can start to see how the scriptures have been written in a way where all things can work if you remove yourself from the narrative that they have placed upon you. So why does a conspiracy not mean something more of information or a hypothetical scenario that could possibly be true? Why does one see it as a far-fetched scenario? Well, that's what they tried to do. It doesn't matter the situation. There are conspiracies out there that are ridiculous, and then there are ones that are not. How do we prove that either way? You can't say, no, the earth is round or flat or whatever. Do you know? No, you don't. Unless you see it for yourself, you can't truly say that it is. The only thing that makes you say that it is or it isn't is the teaching and the learning that has made you believe one way. What the television has taught you, what education and schooling has taught you. Go and talk to the people from NASA. What do they have to say? Go and talk to the astronauts. What do they have to say? How much of it is a sham? Why do people do that? To manipulate others. Go and talk to the people that have been there. Are they subject to scrutiny? Why are the military keeping secrets? All of this stuff will take you down a deep rabbit hole, and that is what loses the common person, because they think you're crazy. Because you're so far-fetched with your thoughts and your attitudes towards what the government and the military is responsible for. It just seems so out there. And that's what they want. They want conspiracies to be just that, so far out of reach of the common person, it will never be proven true. But you see, that's where they're wrong. Take a look at all the conspiracies that have come true lately. All the facts that have come out and been stated. Do you have truth? Does it warrant an apology to those who are right? Well, it all depends on how one has stated what it is that they're fighting for. You can go down the path of 9/11, a major one. Go down the path of nearly any war. What about all the alien bases you find in Antarctica or Romania or any of the places throughout America, stargates? All of this is technology that has been hidden from us. The underground tunnels, many conspiracies. There is so much that one can say, but are you willing to listen? I ask you not to take on what is more than your mind can handle. I ask you not to change your beliefs, but more have an open mind to a possibility of plausibility. You see, a friend of mine, he believed in, and does continue to believe in, that there are many aspects to hidden pyramids and different races and stuff like this, but he doesn't believe in Nibiru. He thinks that's too far-fetched, too out there. Does it change my opinion on him? No. But you see, if you're too far ingrained in the truth and you're not willing to accept someone else's level of growth or understanding, then that is ego mind placing that you must be right and everyone must follow you, and that's just not how it's going to go. Communication and talking amongst each other is about possibilities and what if scenarios and where everyone is on their journey. That is what is important. So whether one chooses to believe or not, that is okay. Whether one way can be fixed or not, that is okay. The conversation that is had is an open mind to create and plant seeds upon someone who can do some research into things that might fascinate them and let them make their own mind up. You're not here to manipulate someone's thoughts to make them believe one way. No, they are there to do their own journey. But you see, this is about a conspiracy, but you see how much positivity you can get when you conspire for positive outcomes and not negative. Because you see, the word conspire is negative in its connotations, and that's the way that they wanted to. They wanted to hide it in that light of negativity. But when you open your mind and create it in a positive manner, things start to change. So you see, as I like to say many a time already, a conspiracy is just a hypothesis without the scientific title or the government narrative. So with that, peace and love, take care.